they clinical insane. We keep it so mellow that we speaking your refrain. Adam's story's got a point, and if you let him explain, it's the pun of all puns, get a plan with Papa Rain. Rum tapping the vein, and I'm minutes bringing pain. MHOG secreting, leaving a stain. You ain't as dope as us, bitch. Stay in your lane.
I'm gonna win.
I'm whenever you're ready, buddy.
All right. And 3, 2.
Hello, and welcome back to the MetalHandOfGaming podcast. I'm your host, Wayne, and these two fine gentlemen are...
Hello there, brothers. It's your friend, your buddy, Buck Hogan.
And I'm the rum guy. Just the rum guy.
You're just a rum guy. You're not
Not just the rum guy, brother.
Yeah.
The lovable, sexy, awesome rum guy.
All right, we'll roll with that.
It's
It's really not my street name, but we'll go with it.
the rum show macho man, Randy Savage.
Actually, brother, I always called him the Rumdertaker.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, let's see.
So tell me about this. What spawned this thing that
Macho Rum
post,
Savage.
What?
all these posts for the wrestling thing? What is going on here?
There's only one post.
There's only
Well,
one. It's just
you
funny.
made one, and somebody else made the post.
Oh, well, Kevin, I don't really understand how this came about. Basically, so Kevin and I both did Sober October. Kevin got in his head that this was a competition, which I didn't really understand. I was like, and I explained, like, like sometimes you'll be driving and somebody will pull up next to you at a stoplight and they start revving their engine and staring at you. And you look over and you're like, oh, this person thinks we're racing. I'm going to Walmart. That's
Yeah,
that's kind of what it's like.
that was Kevin.
So Kevin, when he actually completed Sober October, he did cheat. He smoked 2 cigarettes, but we'll give him a little leeway. So he let me know that he would be posting a video to celebrate. Mm-hmm. And he didn't post it on November 1st. He posted it on November 2nd because, as he put it, he was so drunk on November 1st that he accidentally hit himself in the head with a bat and knocked himself out.
Well, that's understandable. That happens.
I get the impression that happens to you quite a bit.
No, not quite a bit, but it does happen.
More than 5 times?
No.
Okay, so quite a bit, yeah. So anyway, so on November 2nd, he posted this video, and it was very weird. So he starts playing the theme song to Rocky, dun 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 dun. And he's talking, and you can't really hear him, but you do hear him say, y'all might not be able to hear this, because the music might be too motherfucking loud. And we were like, yeah, maybe you should turn that down. But he didn't. He just kept going with it. And,
Right, that was funny.
And he kept calling himself the Champ. And I didn't understand it. I asked him on the last episode. I was like, "What? Why do you keep doing that double?" And he's like, "Cause I'm the champ twice over." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." This still doesn't make any fucking sense, but all right. So he kept saying the champ, the champ. So I watched this at like 4 a.m, and I had come from watching Stash Gordon, which is a cover act that does Queen. The night before, and I was like, oh, he's going to cut a video on me. I was like, I can cut a video on him, and like he involved music, and I was like, I can be musical. And so I was trying to think of a good song that was like kind of like a fight song. And you know what? I might do another one with Katy Perry's Roar. I don't know. But since he did a wrestling thing, I was like, all right, well, I'll do. And I was trying to think of a good wrestler, and I guess I could have done The Rock, but whatever.
I think the Hogan went better for you.
Well,
I do too.
I was debating on Ultimate Warrior, but I was like, I don't know if I'd be very good. But what I really wanted to do was Macho Man Randy Savage, so I started trying to do it in my head, and I was like, oh, I can't do this voice for for 5 minutes. I can't do this voice for more than like maybe 25 seconds. Like, and I actually did it out loud. And I was like, oh, and you don't even sound good trying to do Macho Man Randy Savage. So I was like, oh, I'll just do a guy who's basically doing a lesser version of Macho Man Randy Savage, which is Hulk Hogan. And it was fun. And like, so and I was like, all right, what do I need? I need a do-rag because I don't have a wig to like stick out the back. So like, well, at first, I think I might have mentioned this on the show. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I shouldn't mention it. I legitimately thought about, because I was thinking about, it's Sober October and all that. I was like, oh, I got a jizz rag. And I was like, you know what? Too far. So that's when I grabbed a t-shirt. And, yeah, I don't know. I actually watched it today and I'm like, this is really silly, but I think it works pretty well. So
I think it worked.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was hysterical.
Apparently, the people enjoyed it. It's been viewed almost a couple hundred times now.
Something like that.
Yeah,
it's nuts. Yeah,
it's probably the best thing you've put out.
Yeah,
I mean,
in a while.
I'm a pretty good lay.
That's good.
I wouldn't know.
I put out some.
How is he?
I don't know.
He says that now, but we cuddled in North Carolina.
I know y'all did. You don't have to lie, Rum. You don't have to lie. It's not like cheating. We're okay with that.
Well, so moving on, I did want to mention something that I just saw on Facebook. And, because Facebook posts all these fucking ads that, like, some of them you understand. Like, oh, I was looking at fucking orangutans on Amazon or something. Like, oh, here's orangutan at Amazon.com or whatever. I don't know. Like, I mean, you've done it. Anyway.
Oh, yeah. All the time, man.
Anyway.
That's my go-to place. Is the
right. When I'm bored, I'm just like, you know what? Let's see what the orangutans are doing today.
God, I hope they got the GoPros on.
You know what's great? I kept calling it orangutan, and now y'all are doing it too. It's a fucking orangutan.
No, it's an orangutan.
Is it? Are you sure? I think it's an orangutan.
It's spelled orangutan.
That's the name of this episode, by the way. Orangutan versus orangutan.
It's always been pronounced orangutan.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Always. Even in freaking Planet of the Apes.
Hey Siri, is it an orangutan or an orangutan?
Okay. I've done something on the web for
It's 100% orangutan.
You lied. The Siri just said, I know nothing of the weather.
Fucking Google it.
I'm just telling you, that's how it's pronounced, bro. It's how it's pronounced.
That's because we're all fucking hillbillies. Anyway, so like random stuff pops up on Facebook and you don't know how it gets there. So I get a video from a deaf guy and it says like, I don't point to my ear and here's why. And it's this fucking deaf guy who basically is bitching and moaning that his other deaf friends, when people walk up to them who don't know that they're deaf, like they'll start talking and his friends, they'll point to their ear and shake their head to indicate, I'm sorry, I don't hear, or I can't hear. And he's explaining through sign language that he doesn't do that because it's demoralizing. And
what brought this up? Because you did it in the Hulk Hogan video?
No, that's what I'm saying. Literally, I don't know where this came from. Sometimes things just fucking randomly pop up. But so he's bitching and moaning. He's like, it's really offensive to blah, 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 because if you point to your ear, it's like it's not peace. I don't know. And I was watching it and I was like, man, apparently this guy's deaf and dumb. But I started to post that, but I was like, I don't want to be seen attacking a deaf guy. So
yeah, do it in secret. Create a new account.
Yeah, instead say it on the show.
I mean, it's not like they're going to be able to hear it.
Oh, I mean, it doesn't matter who you are. There's a bunch of people out there that are too sensitive anymore, no matter what. So it doesn't matter if they can hear, see shit correctly. It doesn't matter.
That's what I was gonna say. There's assholes out there in everything.
Like there was a lady on freaking news tonight here. She has her child's been in elementary school for as long as kids are in elementary school. This is her last year of elementary school. Okay, so she finds out her child has always had narcolepsy, to the point where, first off, this is how I have a problem with this. where she would just fall asleep, of course, but her arms go really, I mean, everything. She'll just collapse, I mean, and that's pretty bad if you have narcolepsy that bad. And there's no random, you can't say, oh, it's going to happen at 2:00. There's no signs. It just happens. So this little girl's been suffering with this for quite a long time. Well, the mother found out that they created a quiet room for this girl all this time because her mother and her doctor requested that the school provide a place for her to take naps. It's like, well, where the fuck are we going to put her to take naps where she's not going to be disturbed? So there's this gigantic storage room, like a 12 by 20 closet storage room. Pretty good size. It's some people's offices, So they made this little girl, put her in a cot, and all this time she's basically made her another bedroom in the school. So the mother finds out this is where they've been putting her daughter. She gets on television with the news and says how outraged she is that the school has demoralized her child by sticking her in the closet. She already has, and this is coming out of her mom's mouth, she already has to live with labels like she's a freak. Now they stick her in closets. And I'm saying, bitch, these people made it acceptable for your child to take naps at school without being in a special needs class. She's, anybody like that, no matter what you have, any type of issues, can disrupt other kids, other people. But no, this school made special exceptions for this little girl to have her own bedroom at the fucking school. And now the mother gets on goddamn television and bitches that it was at one point in time used as a closet.
I mean, they basically made her into Harry Potter.
No, her mother did that.
Pretty much.
The boy underneath.
You don't leave your child with that type of severe issue in a mainstream class that everybody else has to completely take care of and nurture with no special training on this, by the way. Just, here's a girl that's going to pass out at any time, probably whack her head. You better put her somewhere. Oh, by the way, she has to pass the class, by the way. Because she has special needs and she can't go into any type of special needs or remedial classes. Now, they have a special area for other kids with special needs, special ability. They're not like fucking mutants like X-Men, but, like that have issues that need to be addressed. And it was a bigger, separate building that these kids get the same education and everything. But there's training. There's people there that can look after her and everything else. No, she spent all this time in the main class. And then the other parents are like, well, yeah, she would usually fall asleep at least 2 or 3 times during one class, which always disrupted class. So we had to stop, and the teacher would have to take her to her special place. I mean, how's that fair to everybody else in the fucking class or in the school for that amount of time? How's she going to get through middle school, high school? What's she going to fucking do for a job? You think the goddamn employer is going to say, oh, that's all right, we're going to buy you a condo so you can sleep and work at home?
I mean, to be fair, there's a free service for when she falls asleep. There's a guy in a white van right outside the school that would be happy to cart her off.
Right, and he's got candy.
Possibly a Ferris wheel.
I just find that ridiculous.
I have a really good story about narcolepsy.
I'm sorry, I just nodded off there. I'm sorry, what?
Yeah. You know what? You ought to be ashamed of yourself for that one. No, I used to deliver pizza, and I had this manager. We'll call her Brenda because her name is Brenda.
Her name is Brenda?
Yeah. No, it's not. It's not. Her name's not Brenda, but we'll call her Brenda. And so when you deliver pizza, at the end of the night, you're supposed to take all your money that you've collected, and you give the manager your receipts. And they count you out. They count how much money you owe the store, and everything else is yours. And they you arrange your money, 1s, 5s, 10s, blah blah blah. And so this manager, Brenda, I'd be standing in front of her, and she would be counting money, and she would be like, all right, 20, 40, 60, 80. 100, 120, 140, 160, 170, 180, she would just, like, you'd be watching her, and she would pass out, like, with her hand in between the bills, and manage to, like, she never messed up. You would watch her, and she would never mess up.
That's just amazing in itself, dude.
But yeah, she had it bad, and but the shitty thing was, because we were basically a pack of fucking animals. Now I never did this. We used to do really fucked up shit to this woman. I never did this one, but I know somebody who one time when she was sleeping in her office threw a pack of black cats in her office.
Holy shit.
That woke her up. And but the other thing we used to do was, like, one of the ceiling fans, like the blades kept falling off of it. And
That's
so
safe.
we would take, like, things like that and various other sticks, and we would chase her around and, like, and like hit her with it, like slap her on the ass with the ceiling blades.
See, that's good fun though.
Oh man, I don't understand. I don't understand how she never lost weight, because, like, she got quite a run out of her when she would hear that first hit. But
I mean, there's a lot of things you can do with people that like that are sleeping. But I mean, it's a shame this happens to the little girl and stuff. But you know, I don't understand why. Again, this falls into the category that we were talking about previously about. Like the deaf guy, everybody's very, you know, we have to make special considerations for everybody and all of this, and when people are legitimately trying to go out of their way to make something what they feel to be acceptable and okay, and then someone always has a problem with it, that really pisses me off. I'm like, you know what, motherfucker, you come up with the solution. We're tired of it. You figure it out. This is your shit. This is your fucking problem. Figure it out. You tell us what you want us to do.
Maybe,
okay, that's feasible. Guess what? Who's paying for it? Ain't me. You doing it.
Maybe we could get the little girl hooked on cocaine. That would keep her up.
Something. Give her something.
At least for a few hours.
Fuck it. So, like just a bump and a monster. That's all she needs.
A bump and a monster.
Is this like? What is this, a Pixar production?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just get so pissed off with people. It's like that's like the blind guy. I remember being in Savannah and the freaking blind. I'm driving my car, and there's a blind guy. He's obviously blind, unless he had the dark glasses. He's walking around with the white stick with the red tip on the end of it. You know how they do. And he's walking around. And he's on the sidewalk. Right? My car was I just had a loud car, right? So I'm driving past him doing the speed limit, and my windows are down, and actually it's less than the speed limit because I was coming up on a red light, and he's standing on the sidewalk going, and he starts screaming. He's like, "Hey, slow down. There's blind people here. What if I didn't know you were there?" I said, "How could you fucking miss me? My mufflers are that loud." They need to have special sidewalks for blind people. Well, how does that help? You still wouldn't know where the fuck they at.
And you know what would have happened if he didn't know you were there? You would have gotten a hit and run, and he never would have saw it coming.
He never would have saw it coming. Exactly, Adam. It's just people piss me off.
Oh, come on. That was a good one.
That was
really
good, Adam. I appreciate that.
Oh, don't patronize me, you fucking... you blind person hitting fuck.
I did hit that guy. I did hit that one guy, though. He pissed me off, though. He kept pretending like he was going to jump out, or he would jump out and then jump back, and jump out and jump back. I was at a red light. Well, he jumped out, and it turned green. I hit the gas, and I ran over his foot. Hit him with my mirror.
I think
You're such a nice dude.
He's a douche.
I think Rum just confessed to a felony.
That's fine.
He does that often on the show. You noticed that, right?
I don't
He
care.
with a garbage can. He hit somebody, and the
That's
man.
a different story,
died.
Adam. Yeah. Wayne, that was a different story too. I don't want to talk about that one. But anyway, there's been some
Remember
stuff.
that time that Rum came to New Orleans and him and his dad like gang beat a
Yeah, with the trash can. That's what I was talking about.
The taxi guy.
Oh right, sorry.
They pushed the car out the way and then beat him with a trash can. Yeah.
And it doesn't. It sounds worse when you tell it.
You know what makes me sad? My dad and I don't have that kind of relationship. I wish my dad and I could beat up a guy together.
You know what's worse is when you play games like this Red Dead Redemption 2 I'm playing, it makes you want to be violent sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes.
It does. It's like, but it's a good thing. It's a good thing because I can be violent on the game, but not be violent out in public.
Well, what I'm trying to tell you is don't say that kind of thing because they're already trying to fucking stop violent video games, and now you're like, yeah, I play these games and they make me want to kill people.
Well, when I play the game, but not when I get off the game because I'm okay. So I think the games are more therapeutic that way.
Right. I was playing that Battlefield 1, and that game makes me want to kill everybody.
It's an awesome game, though, isn't it?
It really is, dude. It's really good. It's fucking hard, though.
It is really, really difficult.
Like, the tank driving shit is the most aggravating, I think.
Try doing the multiplayer stuff. That stuff is.
Well, I've just been trying to get used to the controls and stuff, playing some of the.
That's a good way to do it.
And stuff. It's fun. I like it. I enjoy it.
Yeah. I feel the same way, but not about video games. Whenever I watch a Fast and the Furious movie, I leave the theater just ready to go. I get in my 2012 Volkswagen Passat, and for some reason, people don't really find that intimidating. You know,
no, but I mean, that happens with a lot of movies, though. Like especially car movies, you're going to go fast. But every time I watch Fast and the Furious, all I want is a s'more.
What?
That would be a setting a man on fire joke.
Oh. Again, you should be ashamed of that. That wasn't even. I was like, what? That still doesn't make sense.
Caught that one. No, that was good. I enjoyed that one, Rum.
See. You just got to put them in the right place.
It doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry.
It does because you need a fire to make a s'more.
It doesn't.
So my son is now officially addicted to Ghostbusters for some fucking reason.
So all I did around yelling Ghostbusters.
Pretty much, like he'll say who you gonna call, and he actually says when there's something strange in the neighborhood. And so Caitlin found a proton pack at a thrift store for like $5. So we bought it for him, and she also found this thing he's been telling us he wants over and over again. It's some toy called a crate creature. It's a $40. It's basically a Furby for a boy. All right, it's a boy bee. It's a little monster that's in a cage that when you take it out, it does all the same shit that the Furby does.
That's how you get girls pregnant.
Yeah, but he wanted one so bad. He kept saying that he wanted a crate creature. Every time we went to Walmart, he'd see him. I wasn't spending fucking $50 for a goddamn toy right now. I was like, no, you're not getting that. So one time we put it in the basket and we told him that it escaped from the basket, right?
So cool.
So yeah, wait. This is how we get it. And Caitlin found one on sale. Someone was selling one for $10. It works. Everything is fine. It's fucking basically brand new. The kid didn't want it, so we bought it for $10, and we hid it up on top of the bookshelf. Okay, and he was sleeping. So as he was sleeping, Caitlin, we went in there and we woke him up and said, "Hey, you want to go hunt ghosts with me?" Because his little proton pack lights up when you press a button. Like there's a light that shines, kind of like a flashlight.
Yeah.
And he's like, sure. So I'm holding him, and he's got the proton pack on. And then Caitlin would pull the crate creature's tongue, and it would make these fucking weird noises. And he'd go, "You hear that?" And he would like look around, like he was trying to figure out where it was coming from. So basically, we hunted until we found that, and that's how we gave him his toy. So
that's fun. That's a nice parent thing to do.
Yeah. But since before that, I showed him the new the game that Tim worked on for the iPhone or whatever. There's a Ghostbuster game you can get for your phone. Sure. It's kind of like Pokemon Go, except it's for ghosts. And I showed it to him, and he's completely like enamored with the game. He always keeps telling me to go catch a ghost, and makes me fucking pull out the phone and stuff. So that's how he got addicted to Ghostbusters.
Gotcha. Well, that's fun though, man.
I went around that big long story because it was funny.
Ghostbusters are cool. They're great for kids, you know.
Oh yeah, awesome. Yeah.
What about you, Adam? Did you dig the Ghostbusters when you were a kid?
Yeah. I mean, I watched the real Ghostbusters for a while, and I even saw the original Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
which was a weird fucking show that.
It was a very weird cartoon, man.
It featured an orangutan.
It didn't have
that was a gorilla, by the way.
Oh, yeah, it was a gorilla.
I was just kidding. Anyway,
I know.
Wait, I should mention not the actual original Ghostbusters, the live action one, but the cartoon version.
Yeah,
you know,
with the blonde Egon.
But his name wasn't Egon.
No. Y'all are confused. So
I'm not confused.
I am.
Slow down. So there was the original Ghostbusters was a live action show. They made a cartoon version of it that I saw, and then eventually the real Ghostbusters came after the Ghostbusters movie.
I do not remember the live action show.
I don't either.
I mean, it was much older than the animated one.
Like I remember the cartoon.
There was a guy.
Well.
There was a guy in a gorilla suit.
You're kidding me.
Why would I make this up?
Because you make up a lot of stuff. I don't know. I'm just asking. This is very strange.
Rum makes a lot of stuff up. Everything I say is true.
I don't make up anything.
But yeah, no. But the I forget who the animators were of the first Ghostbusters cartoon, but Dan Aykroyd and all them had to buy the name from them to
to use it as for the movie.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I enjoy Ghostbusters. I still watch it from time and I like both of them. I know people like talk shit about the second one, but I enjoy both of them. However,
I like the second one.
However, I don't obsess about it the way some people do. Like, I think it's kind of weird that, like, there's a whole, I mean, they're a charity organization, but there's a whole organization that like, is dedicated to the Ghostbusters. And a friend of mine and I were once talking, like, what if we were just, like, the real Groundhog's Day, or whatever? Like, what? Like,
no, you couldn't do that because there's only one movie.
I don't think that's not the point. I'm saying like it's kind of random,
It is random.
To just
It'd be like the, anything with a group of people. Like you do a movie reference with the Revenge of the Nerds, or
like we could be like the Louisiana Friends, and like I'd be like I'd dress like David Schwimmer, I guess, or something.
I'd be Joey.
Yeah,
that's
the only one I can remember.
That's horrifying, and. Actually, I'd probably be more Chandler. Now I think about it.
And I'd still get the wrong Joey. I'd be walking around going, "Whoa!"
Yeah, that's a little bit different, man. That is definitely not the same Joey.
I would pay money to see like a live action, like somebody did a staged a play of an episode of Friends and Rum plays Joey.
As Joey Lawrence, though.
You know what? I'm not even kidding. We should do that. We should plan for 2019. I'm sure we could find a stage that would let us do it. Rum could be Joey. I'll be Chandler. Kyle could be Monica. I don't know. I don't know. We'd have to find women to be or something. But
why Friends though? Why not something more?
Because it's both random. Way too schmaltzy, and I don't know because it came off the top of my head. Like,
what about a non-Jewish Seinfeld?
Why? I got even better. Let's do the Golden Girls.
I mean, I'm too young for that. Y'all aren't.
I don't. You're not.
I don't know how you would pull that off.
What? You put a wig on, asshole.
I'm not putting a wig on my asshole. That's weird. Also, it would tickle. Fucker.
Well, where you putting that? I didn't say put the Ed Grimley wig on with the fucking thing sticking up your ass.
So, speaking of facial hair, I wanted.
Where did that come from?
I don't know. I wanted to bring this up. Rum and I had a conversation before Wayne got on about a piece of art that was unveiled yesterday, and I'll actually put the art in the show notes, so anyone who's listening to this can just see it. But it's
amazing.
It's the poster for the 500th episode, which is based on the. I mean, I never read the book, so technically it's based on the movie 300, but specifically it's based on the original movie posters and stuff like that. And so Rum was looking at a couple of the figures, and so in the image, Rum is supposed to be Xerxes.
See, I was talking to Wayne about this. I couldn't figure out who I was supposed to be.
Yeah, I figured that. Remember, I told you. I said you must be that God guy, is what I said.
Yeah.
Well, but Rum was like, "Oh, I thought I was just some guy taking a shit."
he said, "I look like." He's like, "Why do I look like I'm either in a wheelchair or taking a shit?"
I'm like the Spartan Professor Xavier.
I was like, God damn, man.
So
I started laughing.
That made me laugh. But the next thing he said was, he's like, "All right, so I see Kyle's in there, but why is Machete in the picture?" I was like, "What? Yeah, they got Danny Trejo. Why is he in the picture?" And I was like, first of all, Danny Trejo's Mexican. That's a black guy. That's Kevin. And you know what's funny? The more I stare at it, the more I can kind of see where he got the Danny Trejo thing. It doesn't look like him, but it kind of does.
It's funny, man. It was good.
Well, I think it's a great job. He did an amazing job on the artwork. And I'm just weird like that. I was like, why? What am I doing? Why am I so pale? Am I powder from the movie?
What is on my?
Even Wayne's got a fucking tan. What the fuck?
Right. I even got a tan.
But yeah, as I told Rum, like the Xerxes thing, that was 100% Travis Hymel's idea. He was like, "I got this really funny idea. I'm gonna make the Rum guy into Xerxes," and I was like, you know what, man, ride with it. I don't know, like, okay, sure, whatever you want. Like,
I love it.
Travis, you have an amazing sense of humor. I'll give you that.
But
man.
I do have to mention that the one thing that had to be changed in the final art before it wasn't really the final art, but the basic illustration that he had done, because he did a thumbnail of it for me to see the layout, and then he did actual pencils. The one thing that I made him change was he made Rum a lot more Toad-like originally. Like Rum had like a really fat head, and I was like, man, I mean, I know you've never really met Rum, but Jesus, like he's not that ugly, Jesus. You know,
Oh, shit.
you know, in some communities, he'd be considered a rugged, handsome.
But instead, he made Jabba the Hutt in a wheelchair.
Oh, fuck.
Bashuta.
But so yeah, he slimmed up Rum a little bit.
I appreciate that.
I love it. I think it's a great job, man. Even with handicap Rum and everything, it's so beautiful.
Handicap Rum.
So yeah, I'm gonna have this one made into an actual like wall poster instead of just something that I stick in my.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same, man. You sent me the link today. I think I got it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was really good work, and I appreciate him taking the time to do it too. It was really cool. So.
But yeah, if anybody wants to buy I'm gonna make a bunch of 11 by 17 posters of it, and those will be for sale. We'll probably just sell them like $5 each.
Yeah, they're fun. The artwork by itself, even if you don't know what we look like, is worth a buy.
Yeah. It's a cool picture.
Yeah.
It still makes me laugh though, because Rum said that last night. He's like, when we first got the picture popped up on the group, and Rum goes, man, why? He sees me goes, why do I look like I'm in a wheelchair, man?
So I showed it to Amy. She was like, "Wow, he did an awesome job. Look at." She was really looking at it, and she looked. He came over to me. She goes, "Well, the first thing she said it was like, holy shit, Adam has abs."
I have a little bit of a confession. When I first came up with this, y'all weren't even gonna be in it. I was. I basically told Travis, like, can you make a poster that makes me look like Gerard Butler? And then he was like, hey, isn't this for the 500? I was like, yeah, I guess you could just draw those guys in the background. And he was like, that's kind of fucked up. I was like, I'm paying for it. Like, fucking draw me like Gerard Butler. Pay me like one of your French girls.
So egotistical.
Hey, wait a minute. What was the first thing I told you? I said, look at Adam. He's got all his abs. I said, you know why he's got those? I said, because he paid for that poster. That's exactly what I said, dude. I was laughing. I was like, he paid for that.
Hey, at least you got a tan out of it.
Yeah, I did. I got a nice little tan going. I'm actually the same skin tone as Adam, which is amazing.
No, you're several shades off.
Several shades off.
Yeah.
No, I mean
same skin tone as Adam. That's funny.
It's the coloring of the photo because it's literally supposed to be reflective of the actual like movie
cover.
Yeah, the 300 picture. Yeah.
Well, the movie's color design in general, but yeah. So I mean, everybody is kind of glowing.
Except for me.
No, you're glowing. You're glowing.
You're glowing. You're just more of a diamond.
I'm more of the LED bright flashlight glow.
Right?
Yeah. You know, you look like you ate a radioactive firefly. That's all.
I think I'm passing a radioactive firefly.
Oh, it's great though. I think it's fucking perfect. Killed it, man. He really did.
And I think the details with the MHOG skull on the shields is really cool.
That was fucking badass too.
Yeah, you know what would be a really cool just as a weird Easter egg in the poster would be bizarre. Was be behind me. You saw a little tiny drawing of Elliot and E.T. flying across that disc, so it looks like the moon.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah. That would be fucking funny, like a silhouette.
Yeah, a silhouette. It'd be funny, but I think it's great. Oh, it's awesome. Kyle looks so mad.
You know, if you look at everybody looks mad in it, but if you look at the background, you know, it's supposed to be reflective of that scene where they're like kicking the I guess there's no other way to put it. When they're kicking the black people off the mountain in 300.
Actually, no. Is it?
Yeah.
Are you thinking of the one where Leonidas is kicking the dudes in the?
No. There's a scene when they're actually fighting all the troops.
Yeah.
And there's actually a scene where you can see them kicking them off the side.
Aren't they Persians?
The side of the
they're Persians. Yeah, that's right. You're right. I remember that scene now.
I mean, maybe it's a personal fantasy. No, but anyway, no. So we had briefly discussed, very briefly, this wasn't ever actually going to happen. But you know, there's a couple of people that are falling off the mountain. We discussed like having a couple of people that have insulted the Metal Hand of God.
That would have been awesome.
But I was like, it might be a little much, like.
I don't know. I kind of like that idea.
No, I think it's perfect the way it is. It's great. It really is reminiscent of the movie, and it's just very, very freaking cool.
Especially you.
Yes, especially me in my white tee and my gold chain.
No, that's just your bare skin.
It is?
Yes.
Dude, have you not
I was
seen?
wearing a white tee.
Have you
Dude,
not?
they don't wear clothes.
Well, that's what I was wondering. Is like, why am I the only one in a white T-shirt?
Rum, please watch the movie 300.
Motherfucker, they don't wear ball caps either way, and you got one.
Well, you have a hat on too.
Yeah, so I can have hat and glasses. Why can't I have a white T-shirt and a gold chain? I think I'm pimp.
Because you're supposed to be Xerxes, not Mr. fucking T.
Oh fuck! This hurts me.
I mean, tell me, it doesn't look like I'm wearing a white T-shirt.
It doesn't look like you're wearing a white
It doesn't look
T-shirt.
like you're wearing a white shirt.
It really does,
I
I'm
can
telling you.
legit see your nipples.
There is no nipple. I'm looking at the picture.
I don't see nipples now. I don't see
I
nipples.
see
I do
it.
see a chest line. I don't see nipples on anybody except for Adam.
And I'm wearing gold chains and a white tee.
Oh wait. Kevin's got nipples too.
I got chains on my face.
You have chains going through your eyes.
Two chains.
2 chains. It's more like 12 chains.
12 chains. I got to outdo them.
You got some big gold bracelets on.
I do. Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's that.
Keep
Something happened there.
Keep bitching. I'm gonna make you into the Hunchback from 300.
The really freaky looking dude from 300.
Now, if I was a real asshole, that's what my suggestion would have been when Travis came new with the Xerxes. I'd have been like, no, make him the Hunchback.
Make him the fucking guy that got kicked into, like, as a baby, got thrown away because he was fucking diseased. I can do it too.
Oh, now see, I gotta watch the movie again because maybe it'll make more sense. I don't know.
I hadn't seen that movie in a while either. I still haven't seen the second one, and I heard it wasn't that good.
I mean, the second one was made by Frank Miller. Like he literally wrote the book after the movie 300 because they wanted to make a sequel. And Frank Miller hasn't been good in probably 20 years, like maybe 15 to be generous.
Good in what way? Like health-wise, or just his work?
Actually both. Like, I'm pretty sure he's dying of cancer right now, and if he's not, he's doing some serious fucking like flocka or some shit. But no, as a artist and as a writer, he is not. His talent, his days of talent are long since gone.
There are no more Days of Thunder for that Tom Cruise.
God damn you.
So but I never saw the whatever it was.
The sequel or prequel, whatever it is. I think it's a prequel.
It's a prequel. It's a different battle that happened like at some point earlier, and it had like there's not a single cast member that carries over. It takes place like much earlier.
Oh, okay. I thought the girl was from the first one.
No, I think it's the Battle of Thermopolis.
My favorite battle.
It is?
It is.
I would have thought you would be more into the Battle of the Bulge.
No.
Hey, boy.
Well, the reason it's my favorite battle because I really like the Princess Diaries.
Oh, okay. That's good. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Adam, do you?
That's not what the name of the country was.
No, it's not the country. It was her last name.
No, her name was Thermopolis.
And it's the Battle of what?
Is that? I don't remember. Just shut up.
Exactly.
I've never seen the Princess Diaries. I'm sorry.
What is wrong with you, man?
I don't know, man. I've never seen that.
There's movies you need to see. You need to see Star Wars. You need to see the Lord of the Rings, and you need to see Princess Diaries because they're all in the same vein.
Word, dude, I'm 2 for 3. All right, come on.
I can't give it to you. The only reason I watched it because Mart said to go ahead and watch it, so I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'll watch it."
How Mart is? He really loves those things.
He does, because that's
Incestuous bastard.
that sounds like a band.
It should be if it's not.
So, okay, we're giving that away.
Yep,
Take
come on,
it, run, make a band with it.
It's a good one.
Yeah, we're also giving away terracotta.
No, I'm keeping. You cannot have terracotta. It
What
is
about
mine.
fox urine? That's his other favorite one.
Fox urine.
Which I don't.
Terracotta. I explained the fox urine to Adam, and it made sense to him. He was like, "Oh,
It did not.
Duh."
It did not. In fact, Terracotta, I could at least be like, all right, I could see a band coming up with that. Only a complete fucking idiot would actually call themselves fox urine.
I think it's very clever and
my point exactly.
It's a very clever name. Who else? You're going to be it. There's nobody else out there touting fox urine. No one's like, we were fox urine first. No one's saying that shit.
There's also nobody called a steaming pile of shit.
I bet there's a punk band.
I actually wanted to call a band Steaming Pile.
See, it's too close to things. But you're never going to find a fox urine.
I have to agree with Rum on the no one's going to use fox urine.
Yeah, it's a gimme. I'll give that one away. I'll give away the fox urine. You can use it for a band name or a user, like a gamer tag.
Or to attract other foxes.
I mean, that's fine. I mean, who doesn't want a fox in their life, right? Am I right?
Yeah, right.
Stone Cold Fox, right? You got to pee a little fox urine. I'll bring it to you.
If anyone wants to donate to our PayPal, the Rum Guy will fly down and personally hand deliver vials of fox urine.
I will do it. And what's the PayPal for?
To get you there.
Pay for your flight.
Oh, well, all right. Well, we'll do that. Yeah. I've got vials of it just laying around.
Yeah, it sounds vile. Did you put a little bit in Adam's drink when he was there?
No, but I thought about making it into a candle.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
The aroma would be incredible.
It's pheromonic.
Your entire house would be attracted to foxes.
It would be, and I made that word up, but it sounds awesome, so I'm going to copyright that word, pheromonic.
Pheromonic.
It's another a cappella band like Pentatonics.
Oh, there you go. That sounds amazing. So, I don't know. I don't think either one of you guys watched The Walking Dead at all.
No, I have only seen one episode.
So I watched the last episode, which was Rex Grimes' final episode or whatever.
Yeah, he got old.
Like he was the one, they were supposed to get rid of him, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it ended exactly the way I thought it would.
He got killed by a zombie?
No. The whole object of the thing was he was reflecting on his own life because he fell and got hurt. So he was trying to survive this bleeding out wound, which was actually the same spot he was shot in the very first episode. So, but anyway, so he's bleeding out as he goes. And by the way, I'm going to spoil this for anybody who hasn't seen the episode because I don't care.
Can you tell me this was a dream sequence?
No, wait, no. He was going in and out of consciousness as he was going through, like trying to get away from all these zombies. Okay.
All right.
And so every time he would go into his consciousness, he would see other people that he went throughout the time he was on the show.
Okay.
Kind of like a reflective thing,
We got you.
And which was cool. That was really cool. And everything was cool. And building up to this, they were building a bridge to link over this river to link like the communities that are around there. And so I told Paul ahead of time that I said, what's going to happen is he's going to either try to save the rest of the communities by luring zombies across the bridge and falling into the water, and then he disappears, or the bridge is going to blow up and he's going to be part of it. I was correct on both of those.
Wow.
He lured zombies onto the bridge, because they were following him, of course, because he was bleeding and he was trying to get away. And to save everyone else, he shoots dynamite, blows the bridge up, and you assume he blew up with the bridge. Don't get me wrong. It was a very emotional, scene. Everything was pretty emotional. If you followed the show for a long time, it would get to you. You know what I mean? And so everything blew up, right? So all the zombies are falling in the water on fire and this and that. And, people are crying and shit because they knew Rick was gone and blah, blah, blah. Well, towards the end of the episode, when they span off to another person in the show,
mm-hmm.
and she's running away, like to get away.
Mm-hmm.
And lo and behold, Rick is on the fucking bank of the river, still conscious. So she, now this will, for people who haven't watched the show will not understand. She calls a helicopter to pick him and her up, and they leave.
So she's out the show too?
So they're both gone. But the thing, this is the weird, the thing is like, okay, so he, his big grand exit was supposed to be like everybody else's and dies. He didn't die. So that means he still has a loophole to come back into the show.
Is this show not over yet?
Fuck no, dude. They just signed just signed that guy who played Andrew Lincoln, the guy who plays Rick, to a 3-movie deal for The Walking Dead. So his story will continue, but only in movie form.
Well, that's not necessarily true. Like that doesn't guarantee the movie's going to get made. The show's been getting like progressively less and less viewers. Now, my understanding is it's still getting more viewers than most of the shows on AMC, but it's losing quite a lot of viewers over the last few years. So who knows? I mean, maybe it'll be around for a while longer.
Well, if they do the movies, then it'll be just like Resident Evil, Yeah. It'll skip like 10 years, boom. Skip like 15 years, boom.
Well, that's the weird thing about this season is they had a time jump for this season. Like it was like 4 years or something from
6 years.
The last season. No, this year was 4, I think. Or do you think they said it was 6?
The time jump that just happened after Rick.
No, not that one. Not that one. I'm talking about the one prior.
That
there was a
6 years, but I don't think I think the one you're talking about was only a year or 2.
Yeah, okay, yeah. The new one's 6 years. It's a 6-year drop from the next one. The next season is going to be a completely like different thing with different people. His daughter's grown up, which they finally revealed who the daddy really was of the daughter, kind of.
Was it a zombie?
No, it was his. It was his buddy, the other cop.
Oh,
but it's a good show, man. I enjoy watching it.
Come back, Shane.
The Punisher was the baby daddy.
Yeah, Punisher was the baby daddy. Yeah, pretty much. Because in his lapse of like when he was going in and out of his hallucinating, he was dying basically. He pictured Shane in there, and they were talking back and forth, and Shane was giving him shit, he said, so how is my baby girl anyway? And he's like, that's my kid. And he's like, no, it's not. She's got my nose, and she's got my attitude. And he's like, yeah, whatever. You're such an asshole. So that's where they kind of said it was Shane's kid.
Oh.
Speaking of movies, I've mentioned from time to time that I have like certain like lines from different movies that get stuck in my head, and like randomly, I'll just be walking along and something will like pop in my head. I've mentioned like like just doing a little intestinal yoga, like from DC Cab.
Right.
There's a bunch of lines from G.I. Joe the movie, not the live action one, the original G.I. Joe the movie.
Right.
But there's some old movie with Billy Crystal and
I saw that Running Scared
and Gregory Hines, called Running Scared. Rum, have you seen this?
Oh yeah, a long time ago.
I fucking loved that movie as a kid, man.
It's a great movie. And it's still funny. It's still funny to this day. And actually, it's a really good action movie as well. But there's a bit in the movie where the bad guy has basically kidnapped Billy Crystal's ex-wife, who he's still in love with, and the bad guy's like, it's played by Jimmy Smits. Jimmy Smits is the bad guy.
Nice,
yeah.
Nice, Bail Organa.
Yeah. So Jimmy Smits is like, I want my cocaine because they take like, $8 million worth of cocaine from him as evidence, and so like they go and they have to steal the cocaine from the precinct, and they go up to the guy in the evidence room, and Gregory Hines is like, look, I'd like to sign up for this $8 million in cocaine, and the evidence guy is like, Let me call the captain. The captain's played by Dan Hedaya. I don't know. Like, I know who Dan Hedaya is. Does everybody know who Dan Hedaya is?
No.
Not even a little bit.
Yeah, okay. You remember Commando?
Yeah, vaguely.
You remember the guy who played, like, the Guatemalan, like, dictator?
No.
Fuck. He's been in everything. If you Google Dan Hedaya, anyways. So.
Is he Amish? With the name like Hedaya?
No, I think he's Hispanic. But,
Wow.
Billy Crystal's doing an impression of him, and he's. This makes me laugh. It probably doesn't make anybody else laugh, but there's a line where he's talking to the evidence guy, and he's like, "One guy, you want to give all that evidence to one guy?"
Are you sure you weren't just doing an imitation of Little Nicky?
What? Oh, yeah, I get that. No. But that just randomly, sometimes I'll just be walking and I'll just think, one guy?
That is really bizarre, man. That could be a condition. You might want to get that checked out.
I bring it up because that happened to me today.
Of all things.
I saw you posted that and I was laughing. I was like, I know that line.
Oh, I see Dan Gaia or
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks
He
like
has been in a lot of things.
Like Gaddafi.
He's been in a lot of stuff like comedic things.
He's been in a lot of things in general, but he was the dictator of that island in Commando.
Okay, well, I'll take your word for it, bro. I don't even remember seeing. I remember playing the game. No, that was Contra. That was completely different.
You fucking joking? Like,
no, I don't think I've ever seen Commando.
Commando is literally one of the greatest action movies of all time. That's not even debatable.
No, I can't even. If I haven't seen it,
it's not even debatable.
No, it's debatable.
Who played his daughter?
Alyssa Milano.
Yeah, you go.
There you go. There's another reason why not to watch it.
Oh my God, you haven't seen
you?
Well, you know,
like when somebody tells me they haven't seen Die Hard, I'm like, what? But when you say I haven't seen Commando,
it's just, I mean, dude,
I can't believe
how long ago was that movie?
Me.
No, dude. I can see people not seeing Commando over Die Hard.
No way.
I think everybody and their grandma has seen Die Hard, dude.
Yeah, well, Die Hard's awesome.
Yeah, but
that's what I'm saying. I can see more people have said they didn't see Commando over fucking Die Hard.
Commando's way cooler.
It's also way older.
No,
Arnold Schwarzenegger was in Commando, wasn't he?
They're like 2 years apart.
Oh, then I might have seen it because I remember.
There's actually a scene that always, it's the very beginning of Commando when he's cutting trees down and he's walking around with a big fucking telephone pole in his arms.
Oh, well, you know what? I did see that piece of crap. I did.
That's the one thing I remember from that movie.
Yeah, basically he played the same character in Predator.
No,
pretty much. It's almost like a continuation.
No, yeah, that's fucking retarded. No,
he's playing a Commando.
Oh God.
I mean, come on! He says he's a Commando. Was in the movie Commando.
If you take Commando was first. He's dealing with his daughter, blah blah blah. Then he gets called in and hunts down his friends that are in the woods in Predator.
Y'all are horrible human beings, just so you know.
Then he gets stuck because then they get arrested. They arrest his ass for shooting people, and then he has to do the Running Man.
I feel like y'all should.
It's the same movie altogether.
Y'all should have to.
You know who was in Commando? That if you would have told me, I would have been like, yes, I know who you're talking about.
Y'all should.
Drew Snyder.
Y'all should have to give your dicks back, just so you know.
Drew Snyder was in that movie.
Who the fuck is Drew Snyder?
He played Lawson.
Okay. What does that mean?
Well, Drew Snyder. You've seen the movie. He's the greatest movie ever. Then you should know who Lawson is.
What?
Lawson in the movie Commando. The character was played by Drew Snyder. If you would have just said that movie that Drew Snyder was in, I would have been like, fuck, okay, Drew Snyder.
Okay, but who's Drew Snyder?
Oh, my God. Seriously? One of the greatest actors of all time.
Now you're just being an asshole. Who is Drew Snyder?
He played Lawson.
In anything else, what did Drew Snyder do? Literally anything else.
Oh, he did. He's been in so much stuff. I mean, it's crazy the amount of crap that man's been in. He was in War Games. He was in Cruel Intentions. He was in Firestarter, Universal Soldier. Name it. I mean, the man's been everywhere.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Hey, did you know that? Speaking of these movies, did you know that Shane Black played one of the characters in the other movie, in Predator?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know. I found that out recently. I was Adam's a big fan of the guy.
You do know that he was accused of being the original screenwriter of Predator, and that's what the joke is, right?
No, I had no idea.
Well, not the original screenwriter. They accused him of being a ghostwriter on it. Because at the time he had already been established as a writer, and so there were some scenes that were apparently rewritten, and so for the last 30 years, people have just said like, oh, Shane Black did it. And he's always denied it, and I don't know if there was a contract reason or if he actually didn't do it. But so the whole joke of the new Predator movie is like, oh, Shane Black's actually going to do a new Predator movie, and apparently it was garbage. Which
I haven't seen the new one.
I wanted to see it just because people were saying the reviews on it were literally every review was like, I can't believe Shane Black wrote this. Like what? Like this, it was Shane Black and another guy. I can't remember his name, but he's also a famous screenwriter.
Schwarzenegger.
No. But yeah, I wanted to see it just because the reviews. I was like, I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Nice.
I want to see it. I haven't seen it yet, so I'm excited. I like all those movies. So, I mean, I'm even okay with Predator 2, even it had nothing to do with anything.
But they're fun movies to watch.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, they're fine.
I'm not saying that they're fucking like the greatest works of art. I'm just saying they're decent movies to fun and sit around and watch.
Sure, it's a genre thing. It's very cool.
But yeah. But anyway, y'all got anything else going on or anything else you want to drop?
No, Adam just burst my bubble because he didn't know who Snyder was, but whatever.
I still don't know who Drew Snyder is.
Well, if you look him up, you'll see. You'll recognize him as soon as you see him. You're gonna be like
fucking Lawson, dude.
Lawson from Commando.
Drew Snyder with a Y.
Why?
American actor Drew Snyder. In such films as Commando, Firestarter, Cruel Intentions.
It's Lawson, man.
Let's put in Drew Snyder Commando because I still don't know wait, this might be the commander that shows up at the beginning of the movie. Let's see. Images for Drew Snyder.
Oh, wow.
Drew Snyder and Commando. I'm still having trouble. Oh, are you serious? You're a fucking asshole.
What? It's Lawson.
Drew Snyder is the character at the beginning of the movie that goes outside to go, dump his trash, and they kill him. You fucking cocksucker. What?
You got to look it up, though.
How did you find that? What?
Because I know Drew Snyder, man. He is the shit. He's been in all those movies. I mean, yeah, that was his stepping stone. I mean, he was in a couple Westerns before that, but, there you have it.
God. Oh.
Lawson, the most memorable character from the movie Commando. So.
Oh, my God.
There you have it.
Don't forget
another episode.
Show.
Yes.
Don't forget our comedy show at Gnarly Barley. That's this weekend, right, Adam? November 10th?
Yeah, I'll be there.
November 10th this weekend. Adam will be there. So will Kyle and some other people.
Kyle better.
Yeah, hopefully a lot of people. So get out there and go laugh.
Like some other people. Then the following week we have our live podcast, the 500th episode.
Still blows my mind.
Yeah, right. And that'll be at the gas station bar and grill. Then we have an after party at Babylon with 3 bands. So come out, come enjoy it, come have fun.
Make it a complete MHOG evening.
That's right. That's right.
Apparently, this Drew Snyder guy was in several episodes of American Horror Story.
Yes.
Nice.
Let's see.
We're still on this. Adam's mind has been blown.
So I can see who he is.
I'm trying to figure out like who he was in Cruel Intentions. Like, is this person actually done anything? Like he's got a lot of credits.
He's amazing.
I don't know. Okay.
He is one of the most prolific actors on the scene.
You are a shithead.
Yeah, anyway, thank y'all for joining us. I was your host, Wayne.
I'm Buck Hogan, brother. Be sure to come out to both of the shows.
And I'm Rum Larson.
Fucking Bucky Larson. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, to keep it metal.
Adam story got a point if you let him explain. It's the pun of all puns, get a plan with Papa Wayne. Rum tapping the vein, 9 minutes bringing pain. MHOG